Welcome to the channel. Today I'm riding my motorcycle to the lectures of Usenge. Usenge is in the northern part of Nyanza in Kenya. And my mission today is to ride my motorcycle up to 89 kilometers from where I stand, and I'm going to work on my side hustle. My side hustle involves getting a product that I'm going to show you as soon as I get there. It is a product that is very common among the communities living around the lectures, and it is a delicacy for some people, even people who come from other communities. So I'm going to expose my side hustle, and I'm going to show you how I procure this product, how I get to prepare it so that it is in a consumer friendly state, and then how I'm going to sell it. So come with me. Don't mind the dog. It is a very hot, dusty, dry, and sunny day. There's not even a single cloud in the sky. It is just blue, and I don't know, it's very hot. So a few hours later I was able to get to the beach, and I parked my bike just nearby, somewhere safe. The beach was really calm and serene. I was able to experience a fresh breath of air, and then of course I also get to see a bit of interesting places when I go to these beaches. So this is actually the place where the boats dock when they come back from the lake, and this is also the place where most of the omena and fish are usually offloaded from. You can see there are a lot of boats that have docked at this place, and they are beautiful. So something interesting about these boats is that most of them are usually named, and I mean after females, because I could spot some names like Anyango Mama, Leonida Dani, you know, some interesting names like Lando, Mueni, which is loosely translated as the brown lady, Mueni. Yeah, Rosie, Nyarkochia, there are many. Yeah, so after that I moved on to where the omena is usually dried, and at this point, if you're a first timer, I advise that you carry cash money, because you'll need to exchange cash once you've identified the produce that you like. So there are money agent shops nearby that you can go change your money from you know, so that you can get cash money. Then of course I had to do a lot of window shopping, because there's a lot of omena, and some of them are stored in stores where some of them have you know, they've stayed for quite a while. So like in this case, I requested them to let me see what was in the gunia, in the sack, and then they were kind enough to let me sample this. And since I was not comfortable with what I found, then now I had to request them to take it back, and they non-grudgingly did so. So you have to be able to tell which omena is fresh, and you should also be in a position to tell how good the omena you want to buy is, because this is the first point where you will get to attract the customers that you want once you get back with your produce. So this process went on, and by the time we were done, we went back to the field, and we were just in good time to find the omena. The daga that had been harvested that morning was dry enough. Now the team, as you can see, it is quite some work. So the team were trying to collect some of the omena that they thought were now dry enough for sale. And when you go there, you also have to carry a sack that you'll use for you know, when you've bought the produce and now you have your own sack where they put it in for you. So I had mine, I collected it from where I was waiting, and then I walked back just in time to find them ready to start selling the produce. In my own assessment, I thought it was dry enough and it was good enough, so I was ready to buy. And they usually measure the daga using such kind of basins. So as you can see, this basin is more or less, you get about 12 2 kg tins getting into this basin. So I was interested in buying 2 of these. They range from about 800 to 1,400 Kenyan shillings depending on the season. Sometimes you can find it going higher, sometimes it may go lower. So you have to be careful to know the market prices before you get there, because if you go blindly, then there is a chance that you can be overpriced. Yeah. So once this process was done, of course we exchanged cash, and then I got to my bike and I was on my way back. I'd advise that if you're far away from the shows and you want to try your hand in this kind of business, then you'll need to identify someone trustworthy who can execute this process for you. You can find someone who goes down on the ground and actually does all the processes that you've seen me undergo for you, and then you get the goods sent to you where you are using buses. They send these luggages as far as Mombasa, Nairobi, Nakuru, and all other destinations that you may be in. So once I got back home, I had to get a canvas, or you can use whatever is available at your disposal. You can use sacks or polythene spreads, you know, so that you are able to air the daga as soon as you get back home. Daga is very sensitive because if it is not well aired, they change color and then the taste also is altered. So like in this case, you have to air it very well so that it is dry enough. And then if there is any dirt, of course, I remove them. Shells, you know, there's usually a lot of dirt in this produce. And then I've come to live with the fact that there's no way you can dry it without stepping on it. That is why when you are cooking daga, you have to be very careful when you wash it. That is why you find that you have to use hot water and rinse it severally so that it is clean enough to be cooked. So at this point I keep on drying it. You know, I spread it very well so that the sun is able to scorch each and every daga. Then now I'm sure that even if I have to sell it for quite a while, then they'll still be fresh, dry, and not with an altered taste. The other reason why you have to make sure that the daga is well aired is that many people are also doing this kind of business, and what will distinguish you from your competitors is how clean your produce is. So that is why you see that I am always very keen when I am preparing this produce, so that at the end of it all my produce stands out. So this will keep clients coming to buy from you. At this point, I'd like to show you, in case you are interested in this kind of side hustle, what you need to start off. You need a similar basket that you'll use to sieve your daga so that they are clean enough and appealing to the client. This is an old sieve that I improvised. And then you also need a basket like this one that is well aerated so that your daga remain fresh all the time. You also need a 2 kg tin like this one that you'll use to measure your daga when you're selling to your clients, and also a 1 kg tin like this one, because your clients may need different measurements of different quantities of daga. Then there's this small tin that is 1/2 kg. So that is what you need to start your side hustle. It is not a difficult thing. These things are easily available in the market or in your local shop. Aside from that, you need now to know how to make your daga clean and appealing to the client. So this is the use of this sieve. You pour your daga inside and then you shake vigorously so that any remember where we've got our daga from. There is usually a lot of sand. So when you sieve it like this, the sand fall out. Some of the cracked shells also fall out, and then broken daga fall out, and any other dirt and a lot of scales also fall out, so that the final product looks very appealing and clean. If you're not satisfied, you keep repeating this process until you are satisfied with the outcome. Like in this case now, I was happy and I transferred the daga into the basket. So I keep repeating this process until all the daga is made. Then this waste also has its purpose. You don't throw it away. Usually I leave my chicken to feed on them, and sometimes I mix them with broken maize so that they get a wholesome meal. And at this point, I'll also like to share with you how I make my measurements. I use this 2 kg tin, and the current selling price is at 300 shillings. 300 Kenyan shillings, but depending on where you are, you can fix your prices according to the market price at that time, according to how much you've spent on procuring the produce and such kind of things. So that is how you fill it up. And then of course, using the 1 kg tin also, you do the same. You fill it up very nicely so that the client feels this is a good quantity, and then you transfer into whatever container or bag that they have. Similar thing is done with the half a kg one, sorry. And then once you do this, of course, you may want to add your client a little bit so that you keep them coming. Aside from having your daga very clean, you also give them quite an extra amount so that they feel happy. This is just customer care, and it will keep them coming or asking for your produce, and in this sense your side hustle will grow. You can also have smaller bags that you use to send to your colleagues or people who are buying from far away. This is especially so if you are doing online sales, which is very common today with these kinds of side hustles. I also take time to go and sightsee, especially when I'm in these beaches. I don't just go for business. Too much work and no play makes Jack a dull boy, or so they said. And with that, I've come to the end of this edition. I hope you've learned a thing or two. And if that is the case, you can give me comments in the comment section. You can share your experiences if you've done such a business before. And you can also consider subscribing if you've not done that. Then you can also share this content with your friends, relatives, and anyone else who's been interested in starting such kind of a side hustle. With that, till next time, bye.